What's up, guys? Well, Jerry Jones has done it again. He has once again hit a new low as owner and GM of the Dallas Cowboys, hiring not Marty, but Brian Schottenheimer to be the 10th coach in Dallas Cowboys history. Now, guys, I hate to say it, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all that Jerry Jones has hired Brian Schottenheimer to be the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. How can we be shocked, honestly? This is just a continuous problem that the Cowboys have had under the ownership of Jerry Jones ever since they have fired Jimmy Johnson back in the 90s. Because obviously after Jimmy Johnson was fired, Jerry Jones did not want any coach or anybody else being the center of attention in Dallas other than himself. So he has decided to hire guys like, of course, Barry Switzer. He's hired, obviously, a former legend in Bill Parcells, probably the last coach with any cachet or credibility in the NFL. That was the last coach. Wade Phillips was a good coach, too. But not coaches that change the culture, change the attitude, change the mindset. Jerry Jones hasn't hired one of those coaches since, like I said, probably Bill Parcells and Jimmy Johnson. Wade Phillips was okay, but like I said, he's not up in that category. He's hired coaches like Jason Garrett, of course. We've had Mike McCarthy. The last few coaches have been absolute puppets for Jerry Jones. We had to deal with Jason Garrett for over 8 years, Mike McCarthy for 5. Listen, Mike McCarthy had a better tenure, obviously, than Jason Garrett. A lot of 8-8 seasons under Jason Garrett. Mike McCarthy obviously had those 3 12-win seasons, but like all those other coaches, Mike McCarthy had the same problems, was playoff success, obviously. And so, obviously, now with Mike McCarthy walking away, us Cowboy fans obviously know the bullshit that Jerry Jones pulls on us. We are obviously, as fans, a little bit optimistic that maybe once in a while, Jerry Jones said to himself, maybe this one time, he finally says, I'm going to bring in a real head coach to coach the Cowboys and get me a 4th Super Bowl ring. Nope. That is not the case, man. That is not the case. It is an absolute embarrassment to be a fan of the Dallas Cowboys right now. All of us fans of the Dallas Cowboys around the world are absolutely disgusted with this decision by the Dallas Cowboys to hire Brian Schottenheimer as the next head coach. There is no explanation for why you hired this man. Zero. There's no excitement in the fan base. I don't know how a player playing for this team can be optimistic going into the new season. I don't know how. You know what I mean, guys? Like, Brian Schottenheimer has never been a head coach before. Brian Schottenheimer has been an OC before, sure, but has he done anything really for a team offensively to be, oh my God, Brian Schottenheimer should be the next head coach of a football team? No. Like, honestly, since 1997, guys, Brian Schottenheimer has been only an assistant coach, wide receivers coach, an offensive coordinator. Multiple times, guys, he's been at clubs for only 1 year, going to another club to the next, a team to the next. It's an absolute embarrassment that this guy here is getting his first head coaching job at 51 years old. Now, listen, Brian Schottenheimer, he may be a good X's and O's type of guy. Who knows? Now the problem is we have to be optimistic. What's there to be optimistic about? There's absolutely nothing to be optimistic about going into the new season. Why would there be? You're just bringing in another puppet for Jerry Jones to run his circus again and run the show. Like Troy Aikman, he said it best over a week ago when they were playing in Arizona for the Ram game because obviously with the wildfires in LA. So Troy Aikman's obviously talking to Jason Kelsey, Marcus Spears, all these guys, right? And he goes and says, well, I don't know if the Cowboys' job is as coveted as people think it is. Yeah, the Cowboys are a big brand and everything else, but I don't think it's a job where coaches want to go there to do their jobs because they cannot fully do their jobs with Jerry Jones there. And Troy was spot on. He was there for 12 years. He won 3 Super Bowls. He said it himself. And Troy Aikman continuously bashes the Cowboys front office for how they handle their business, and he's 100% right. The fact that you got a legend like Troy saying these things in the media, it's absolutely staggering to me. Troy never spoke bad about the Cowboys. He's not even speaking bad about the Cowboys. He's just speaking the truth. And that is the absolute 100% fact. that the Cowboys job is not a desirable one. Who wants to go work for Jerry Jones? Who would? Not any coach with cachet. That's why Ben Johnson didn't go there. That's why he just poached Al Harris from us. He likes some of the coaches there, and then he takes Al Harris from us. That is a massive loss, by the way. If you guys don't know, losing Al Harris is horrendous. Losing a guy like that in the locker room. The players respected a guy like him. You know, so Ben Johnson, who took the Bears job, takes Al Harris. You know, Ben Johnson could have came to the Cowboys, but the Cowboys were too busy dicking around with Mike McCarthy dealing with term instead of interviewing guys like Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, Mike Vrabel. Come on, man. An embarrassment. You interview guys like Leslie Frazier. Robert Sala's okay. I don't mind Sala more as a DC, though. You know what I mean, guys? Like, it's an absolute embarrassment by Jerry Jones to honestly do this. To say to the fans, you know, I'm gonna just hire another puppet and just be the show of the face of the show again. It's not good. And the fact is, guys, is that this team here, are they gonna get any better? I don't know. You guys tell me. Are they gonna make moves in the offseason, the Cowboys? I don't see it. Right? Like, Jerry Jones doesn't want to spend any money. This is the richest franchise in fucking sports. And Jerry Jones doesn't have to worry about a salary cap when it comes to signing a coach. But like I said, guys, you can't have a guy with a bigger spotlight than Jerry. Obviously, I said when they fired Mike McCarthy or parted ways with him, I wanted Deion Sanders. A lot of us Cowboy fans wanted Deion Sanders. Why? Because Deion Sanders commands respect. But the problem is Deion Sanders is Deion Sanders. He brings cachet with him. Super Bowl champion, you know, former player. These are the type of people Jerry Jones does not want running his team. Because why? Because obviously the spotlight diverts from Jerry to Deion. And if the Cowboys were to win with Deion, Jerry Jones would be seething. Well, I'm the one who hired Deion. It would just be like back in the 90s, guys, when he hired Jimmy Johnson, and Jimmy got all the credit when the Cowboys started winning Super Bowls. It's the same shit with Deion if you had hired him. There would be, obviously, excitement, but then if Deion starts getting credit, there would have been animosity with Jerry. It's an absolute fact, guys. You know what I mean? Like, it's absolutely no surprise that Jerry Jones hired someone in-house. You know, it's not a surprise at all. And the worst thing about it is, too, guys, is that Jerry Jones and the Cowboys want to hire Matt Eberflus as the DC, possibly. Like, I got no words regarding Matt Eberflus, honestly. And the thing is, too, guys, is that with a guy like Matt Eberflus, a guy, look what he did with the Bears. They were a disaster. Now, I understand he would just be calling defensive plays as the defensive coordinator. I understand that. But come on, man. This is an embarrassment. You know, a guy who just embarrassed the Bears. You know, they lost 6 in a row before they fired him. 6 or 7 in a row before they fired the guy. You know, they were 4-2 before that. And they completely spiraled. So Jerry Jones just wants to bring in people that have already worked for him because he knows he can dick them around. That is the biggest problem with this franchise. Now, I have a buddy of mine who said to me, oh, they're not going to win for 5 years because of Jerry Jones. He might be right. He could be right. Honestly, there's a very good possibility that the Cowboys might not win for the next 4 to 5 years. They gave Schottenheimer a 4-year deal. It basically coincides with Dak's new deal. So Dak Prescott has been dealing with coaches like Jason Garrett, Mike McCarthy, and now Brian Schottenheimer. I honestly feel bad for Dak. He has never had a compatible coach that could come in and help him improve his game and get them to the next level. I think Deion Sanders would have really helped the Cowboys in that. But that's obviously me being a fan and me being a little bit naive, thinking Jerry Jones would make the right decisions. Oh, and don't think I forgot about Stephen Jones, that fucking prick. He's a bigger part of the problem as well. Jerry and him are both the problem. He has just as much as a voice as Jerry does. And I guarantee you, he is the biggest reason that the Cowboys didn't hire Deion. Is because of Stephen Jones. Okay, look what happened when the Cowboys wanted to sign him 15, 20 years ago. 20, 30 years ago. When the Cowboys wanted to sign Deion, Stephen didn't want them to sign him. You know, and then Jerry said, I already paid him this $13 million signing bonus. So, I guarantee you Stephen Jones probably had another hand into why the Cowboys didn't hire Deion Sanders. But I'll tell you guys this right now. Why would I be optimistic going into the new season? Why would I be? Jerry Jones is just going to do what he does best. Running the puppet show like this. Schottenheimer's here, and this is Jerry orchestrating everything. And I'll tell you guys right now, they better draft Aston Gentry at 12. I'm telling you now. If they don't, man, fans are going to be even more pissed about it. The fact that Jerry Jones continuously undermines this fan base, not listening to them. The fans cry and plead. Fire yourself. Don't be the GM anymore. Hire someone else. Let them run the show. Will never happen under Jerry Jones, guys. The only way for Jerry Jones to not run the Dallas Cowboys is if he dies. It's the only way. I swear to God, I hate to say it, but it's the only way. He will not stop running the team the way he's running it until he's gone. It's the only possible way. And the problem is now, Stephen Jones is going to run the team the same when he's gone. That's the problem here. So, as a Cowboys fan, we've hit rock bottom. There is no excitement going into this season, guys, into the 25 season. Why would there be? You know, you got guys like Micah Parsons who needs a new contract. Will he even get paid? Probably. But why would he want to stay? I wouldn't want to stay. Why would CeeDee Lamb want to stay, even though he just signed a new deal? He's thinking, these guys got to be thinking to themselves, these guys don't want to win. They just want to run the show on their own accord, which is the absolute truth, guys. And now, listen, a guy like Brian Schottenheimer, he's going to deal with the brunt of the bullshit in the media. Because people know that he is not suitable to be the coach for the Cowboys. He's just a puppet for Jerry. So I feel bad for a guy like Brian Schottenheimer, guys, because he's going to have to answer all these questions. You know, people are going to doubt him. All these doubts about him, how he can't be a coach. He's going to have to prove a lot of people wrong. That's going to be with wins. So Brian Schottenheimer has a long road ahead of him. He has a lot of people to convince. He's got a lot of road ahead of him, like I said, guys, because if he doesn't get Dak going, if he's healthy, of course, if he doesn't get a running game, how are they going to win football games? That's up to Jerry Jones as well. Jerry Jones has to do his due diligence in the market, in the free agency market, and get some fucking guys. Get some dogs. You know, get a nose tackle, get a second wide receiver. You know, get some interior linemen, get some more pieces into this team to help. We are about to watch the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders go at it in the NFC Championship game for a shot at the Super Bowl. Like, how are you not embarrassed, Jerry Jones, that a rookie quarterback and your former defensive coordinator, Dan Quinn, are about to compete in a championship game? Obviously now, we hold the longest drought in NFL history for the NFC Championship game. 28 years. The Commanders had held it before they had won that game against the Detroit Lions, guys. And ironically enough, the Commanders had gotten their team sold by Dan Snyder, and they have a new ownership now. And look where they are now. Look where they are now. In an NFC Championship game for the first time in over 30 plus years, guys. And the division's only going to get harder. The Giants are going to draft Shador probably. You got Jaden Daniels now. Eagles aren't going to get worse. They're only going to get better. They got fucking Saquon. You know, you got one of the best GMs in the game in Howie Roseman. What do you expect the Eagles to do? Just lie flat? No. They're going to get better. Same with the Giants. Same with the Commanders, guys. It's only going to get worse for us Cowboy fans moving forward, guys. It honestly is. And I'll tell you guys right now, why would we have to be optimistic? Because they're only going to get better and Jerry's going to stay the same. So unless he's willing to make some big moves in free agency, guys, I don't know what's going to happen for the Dallas Cowboys moving forward. But I'll tell you guys this right now. We are in some serious trouble with this ownership, guys, and this team. Because Jerry Jones gives us no hope. He has sucked the life out of us fans. The fan base is completely frustrated and don't know what to do. Like, you got people, season ticket holders, saying they don't want to renew their tickets. That is what you have to do. Hurt Jerry the most, and that is in his pockets. Don't show up to the stadium. Don't buy merchandise. I'm not buying any more merchandise, even as a gift. I've even told family members, don't buy me Cowboy shit. I've had enough. Don't. No more bullshit. Hurt Jerry where it hurts the most, in his pockets. Go on the road. Watch the team on the road. Don't watch them at AT&T Stadium. Don't give Jerry money to fill his pockets. But the problem is the brand is so big, so huge. Jerry Jones will have as many people fill that stadium up as people who don't want to fill it up. That is the biggest problem with this franchise, guys. It has become such a big brand and business now. The main priority about winning football games and winning Super Bowls has not become first anymore. It's about making money for the Jones family. And that is not how football teams should be ran, guys. Only businesses should be ran that way. But guys, what a sad day for us Cowboy fans. Another sign that the grimmer days are ahead of us. Another sign that Jerry Jones will not take his claws off this team, relinquishing power. It just continues to get worse for us fans, guys. And it just only seems to get farther and farther worse, guys, and hitting rock bottom with this footballing franchise. And honestly, guys, I just don't know what to think going into the draft now and into the offseason. If the Eagles or the Commanders get to the Super Bowl, possibly win, it just even rubs more salt on the wound that we just saw a division rival win a damn Super Bowl, if that is the case. Hopefully not the case, though, because you're going to have to be Pat Mahomes or Josh Allen. So that's going to be very difficult to see. But guys, that's it for this video today. Thank you very much for watching. As always, guys, if you like this video. Subscribe if you guys want to see more content. Fuck you, Jerry Jones. Fuck you. And guys, remember, if you do not watch sports, you're a moron. Ciao, guys.